Welcome everybody to our new podcast. It's called This, That,
and the other.
I'm Joey.
I'm Ian.
And this week on this episode, we're going to be talking about how we're moving on from 2024, which seemed to be quite a bummer for everybody. I hope everybody's recovering from that. Moving on into 2025, we've already had some stuff happen. Everybody knows what happened New Year's Eve in New Orleans, which was terrible. California's fighting these fires again. I feel like California's been fighting fires my whole life, as far back as I can remember. And it's so tragic, and I hate seeing that happen to them, and my heart really does go out to them. It's devastating, to be completely honest. But now here in Georgia, where Ian and I live, there's a snowstorm that kind of sort of came out of nowhere. We kind of knew it was going to happen, kind of didn't. I guess if you saw everybody fighting over milk and bread at the grocery store, you would have known it was going to happen. But we woke up today, and sure as shit, there was snow everywhere. And I know that Ian's been battling with power issues because of it. Your power's gone out, how many times a day?
Twice tonight. Twice
tonight. We almost didn't get to record.
Yeah. We had a little 20-minute break there, and then I had just enough time to make some dinner, and then it cut out again.
Our power didn't go out. I saw some guys working on it the other day to ensure that our internet went out for a minute, so the kids were going crazy. I got 3 kids at home, so you take the internet away from them, they don't know what to do. They turn into cavemen and start acting feral. But you're my cousin, but you aren't from Georgia originally. You're originally from Maryland, and it snows there quite often, right? So is it something you're used to?
I mean, they had been having snow for the past few days. Even before we got it, they've had snow. I don't want to say they're more used to it, but they definitely are well more equipped. I will say the way things have gone today and the way the roads are around us right now, it's been pretty good. We've seen a bunch of traffic going around today. We've seen some cars that I didn't expect to see, but we saw it today, so it's been kind of wild. But yeah.
Right, but you're from like the beach area of Maryland, right?
I wouldn't say the beach. I'm more like Eastern Shore area. Like I'm about like an hour away from the beach. I'd say.
What's the difference between a shore and a beach?
Loaded question. I don't know. I guess the area. I guess the way you look at it. I guess the way maybe you can see across to another side. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah,
I know when you go to the beach, you cannot see the other side. But when I think of a shore, I think of that maybe you can see across to the other side.
Yeah, because my wife is from the Jersey Shore or Asbury Park area, and she took me to the shore, and I was walking over. I mean, they had a big boardwalk, but I was like, this is just a beach. I still don't comprehend the difference between a shore and a beach.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, we're moving on into a new year. How was 2024 for you, though?
I mean, minus some little mishaps at the end, it was okay. I'd say we lost our cat, but that it was hard for me and my wife. She was our everything, but things go on, life continues. It's been extremely hard, but I'd say minus these few little mishaps, I think it was a pretty good year. I'd say it went pretty well.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Even though there was that tragedy, you did get a new cat out of it. You're very excited about.
We did. We got a man named Tim, and he is a wild beast.
So my wife has always had a cat. I've never had a cat starting out as a kitten. Is it a whole different beast, or is it still kind of?
So he's not really a kitten. He's 2.5.
Oh,
so
okay.
He's a little more grown. We actually just had his first vet appointment, and this man weighs 13.5 pounds. So that's a little big for a cat. So
okay,
he's a big man for a 2.5-year-old. So he's fun.
Oh, that's pretty cool. So I actually had something very pivotal happen in my life in 2024 that I wanted to share with you. I think I may have already annoyed you with it a little bit, but I somehow accidentally got very, very, very much into the band Insane Clown Posse. But you got to hear me. I didn't intend for this to happen. So like my entire life, I've hated this band because I just thought they were lame. I thought their fans were lame. I thought everything they stood for was dumb, the whole face paint and everything. And I think I just felt that way because everybody around me would just talk constant shit about them. But then I realized, I was like, I've hated this band my whole life and I've never actually listened to their music. So I started doing my research and I listened to the album that everybody refers to as their greatest album. I was like, all right, let me give it a chance. And I listened to the whole thing and I was like, this this is all right. I don't hate it, because I like a lot of music that people would consider bad. Like I like the whole new metal thing. I love Limp Bizkit. I love Korn. I love System of a Down. And do I think that music is good? No. But is it awesome? Yeah, it's awesome. It's rad. It gets
It's
you going.
fun.
It's fun.
It's fun.
And that's exactly what Insane Clown Posse was to me. So I started diving in. I started listening to every single one of their records. Every time I could find them on a podcast, I started listening to them. Turned out that they're really awesome dudes, very relatable. They're into wrestling. They have their own wrestling promotion. We love wrestling, so why wouldn't we love them? Violent J has an audio book. I listened to his entire audio book in less than a week. I listened to it religiously. So it got to the point where I realized I never wanted to put this label on myself, but I guess 2024 is the year I became an accidental juggalo. Yeah, I never thought it would happen, but it happened to me. And you know what, man? It could happen to you too.
Fingers crossed.
But yeah, moving on to 2025, do you even bother like making resolutions? Is that something you do? Do you make goals for yourself for the new year?
Not really. It's not. No. I mean, there was a point in my life where I might have said that I would. Like I would say, oh, these are things I'm going to try and do. I don't necessarily know if I would call them resolutions, but there were definitely things that I would say, hey, I'm going to try and do this this year. I'm gonna try blah blah blah. I always say I'm going to try and ride my bike more every year. We'll see if it actually happens this year. Hopefully.
Yeah, you're really into that. You're with the whole Atlanta fixed gear scene and everything like that.
Yeah.
How did you like? What is it like riding? I'm not into bikes. I don't ride bikes, but I understand that fixed gears don't have brakes, so that's something that I don't want to mess with. How you know what I'm saying? Like going down a hill, how the fuck do I stop? I'm either going to crash or that's
use
just
your
not
legs.
built for me. I'm too big. I'm built like two double cheeseburgers stacked on top of each other with too much gravity taking me downhill to not have brakes. I can't do it. It's not for me.
I mean, well, so that's why you ride a different type of bike. You ride a mountain bike, or you ride something else.
Yeah, something
you ride
that can
something with
stop.
fatter tires. I mean,
or just drive a car because I'm a fucking adult with a license.
Wow, shots fired. Bah, bah, bah.
No, I'm just playing. I have nothing against bikes. It's just not. Maybe I'll just admit that I can't ride a bike. That's probably what
You just haven't found the right bike for you yet.
Yeah,
I guarantee
guess we can say
you.
that.
I guarantee you. You slap yourself on a full suspension mountain bike and you go have some fun on some trails and like you get used to a bike, dude. You'd be fucking ripping. Like
That
you
just
would.
sounds like a
it
lot
would.
of work.
It would happen. I mean, okay, but naturally, what isn't work? Like if you're gonna learn something new, it's going to be work. If you're trying to learn, and it doesn't matter how that goes in life, that goes in everything. If you're trying to learn something new, it's going to involve work. Like we had to all relearn how to work pizza again at one point in our life, right?
That's true. We did. Yeah.
So like
we've worked in several pizza places together.
So it's all just work. It is. And also like I don't ride fixed gear bikes as much as I used to. I now ride like vintage like 80s and 90s mountain bikes, and those are a little fatter tire, well, a lot fatter tire. Gears, brakes, all of the above. But
so you got older
that's a
and you
whole nother
realized you need
conversation.
fucking brakes.
I mean, yeah, of course. And my legs started hurting and shit. Whatever. I don't care. Call it what it is.
Yeah, I mean, you've also broken your collarbone, twice on a fixed gear?
Twice. R.I.P. collarbone.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never necessarily been one to make resolutions. I try to set goals for myself, just like reaching certain milestones in life. My problem with resolutions have always been I've seen people set them and I've seen people not stick true to them. Like I've seen people make weight loss goals. I've seen people say, oh, I'm going to buy a house this year. I'm going to get the job of my dreams this year, this, that, and the other. And then the next year rolls around and they still haven't done it. And then they go and they make the exact same resolution again. And I've always had the mindset where it's like, okay, you keep making these same exact goals over and over again, and there's a reason you're not reaching them, and there's obviously something standing in your way. So my train of thought has always been like, maybe your resolution should be to fix the shit that's keeping you from reaching the goal that you keep making for yourself over and over every year.
Right.
Instead of just focusing on that one thing. You need to figure out why you're in your own way if this keeps happening. And I'm not going to lie, I've fallen victim to that several times. So I think if anything comes close to a resolution, I guess it would be, just taking some self-reflection, figuring out where I really want to go in life, and figuring out my actual goals and what I have to do. Because of course the resolution is what's on the other side. The resolution is the long-term goal. The resolution doesn't account for all the work you have to do to get there, because when you make your resolution, you're just like, oh yeah, I'm going to do this. But you don't sit there and be like, well, in order to do this, I have to do all this other shit. So you need to take baby steps. And I feel like your resolution should be the steps before there, a gradual growth.
Again, you got to do some work.
Yeah. Okay. I guess I just proved your point for you. But my resolution is not going to be to learn how to ride a fixed gear bike. It's just not.
Hey, come on. I mean, honestly, I will probably not ride a fixed gear bike this year either. So there's that.
But we do have a very exciting show. We were able to sit down with one of my really good friends. I've known him my entire life. He's part of a social media platform called Georgia Followers. Very fortunate we got to talk to him. We had a very real conversation with him, and I'm so grateful that he was as transparent with us as he was. We actually touched on some of the things we talked about here. This was actually taken yesterday, so we were preparing for the snowstorm, not knowing what was going to come of it. But yeah, it was great, and I can't thank him enough. So without any further ado, here's our interview with Ronndell. All right, everybody. It is my pleasure to welcome to this podcast Mr. Ronndell Smith from Georgia Followers. How are you doing, man?
Yo, I'm good, man. I'm chilling, hanging.
It's great
Glad to be
hearing from
alive,
you, man.
Yeah, man. You too. I just actually finished making some homemade chicken nuggets.
Oh, nice. How'd you do it? Was it air fryer or was it deep fried?
Deep fried, bro. Like homemade chicken nuggets, like ground the chicken up and everything, like real.
Oh, wow. You went the extra mile, man.
Oh man, I'm a chef, dog. Real live chef. So did that
so
shit.
Straight up like McDonald's style, bro.
Nah, fuck McDonald's. Wait, can we cuss on here? Can we cuss on here?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Yeah. Okay, yeah. Fuck McDonald's, dog. Fuck McDonald's, dog. These chicken nuggets are way better than McDonald's.
Of all things to say, McDonald's chicken nuggets.
Dude, well, here's the thing.
That was the go-to comparison.
Well, no, when you grind up chicken nugget, I know that's how they do it. They like blend it all up and add the ingredients and patty it out. So you know what I'm saying?
But is that what they do?
Yeah, exactly. They also put like pig ass and what I'm saying,
right,
a couple horse balls.
Exactly.
Exactly.
That's
so
how have you been? How's this new year been treating you so far, buddy?
Oh man, the new year's been good, dude. It's been amazing. I've gotten. I mean, I haven't done a ton yet, but it's definitely going to get done. Like, definitely going to get done. Everything I want to do is going to get done.
I know you got some shows lined up. I know you actually got one tomorrow. Is the snow going to be a factor for that?
Well, here's the thing, man. If the snow does be a factor, I'm still going to go do the show. Fuck it. I'll go do it. Well, here's the thing, man. With that, like, I think the snow will shit. I think the snow hopefully will melt by the time my show is at night at the Laughing Skull. So yeah.
Yeah, what I saw I think it's supposed to start snowing at like 10 in the morning. So hopefully by the time you go on, everything will be melted. But I don't know what the roads are going to be like by then.
Yeah, man.
They're saying it's supposed to be going to like 5 or 6, and then it's going to rain and apparently turn to ice.
Wait a minute, hold up. All of that? They said all of that?
Right.
When the fuck did they say that? Yeah, who is they?
The Weather Channel, the weather app. I don't know what I look at on my phone to tell all of everything, right?
Fuck the weather app. No, I'm just joking. Who knows, man? Who knows?
I mean,
man?
We're gonna see how it goes.
I think we're ready this time. I think we're ready this go around. Shit.
Yeah. So Ronndell, I've known you for a long time. I was doing the math. I've known you for about 30 years now.
30 years.
We both grew up on the South Side. I've always tried to explain to people the South Side is it's a place of its own that you can really only understand if you're from there. But I think because of how diverse and how different and how interesting it is, it creates a special bond between people who are from the South Side. Because if you're not from there, you're not going to get it. It's just a melting pot of all different kinds of cultures, different religions, different incomes. You got kids who are wearing name brand stuff in the same class as kids who are wearing, thrift store clothes, and we're all together and coexist,
Exactly.
What was your experience growing up on the South Side?
Well, see, I was more of the diverse kid. So I was like, you know what I'm saying? I was the Oreo, the black kid that acted white. That's what they tried to fucking label me as. But I mean, in the end, I was just, I was a regular black kid, you know what I mean? But I hung out with everybody. I hung out with the white kids, I hung out with the black kids, hung out with the athletes, I hung out with the nerds, I hung out with everybody. So, but like you said, growing up on the South Side, it is a melting pot. So you would hang out like, okay, so Joey, for example, Joey was a super rock punk kid, you know what I mean? But here's the thing, I would kick it with Joey. And see, Joey's always been the same since fucking elementary school all the way to now. He hasn't changed one bit. Like he's always been like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
the
yeah,
cool
yeah,
the cool rocker dude. You know what I mean? That's
yeah.
been Joey. And so I would hang out with Joey, hang out with the black kids in our elementary school and the white kids. I will never not say I'm from the South Side. I will claim the South Side to the day I die. Love the South Side, Clayton County forever, and it's dope.
Absolutely.
It was dope that it was two different lanes of people. There was the super preppy kids that their parents made millions and millions of dollars, and then you got kids that probably are on Section 8 that were in the ghetto because there was ghettos in Jonesboro. So that's
Absolutely. And people don't understand that because a lot of people, they either have the idea of Lake Spivey or they have the idea of what Jonesboro actually is. And I grew up in Jonesboro down the street from Lake Spivey. Like, we're struggling to keep our lights on, but my best friend, his fucking neighbor is Andre Rison.
Exactly. Hey, bro, that's so funny, bro, because there is Jonesboro and then there's Jonesboro. So it's like you got this Jonesboro and then you got this Jonesboro, and them bitches are right across the street from each other, bro.
Yeah. Not even that. They're neighborhoods next to each other.
Neighborhood next to each other, bro. You got
Yeah.
the lake kids, and then you got the kids that didn't grow up on the lake, all going to school together and never clashed. That was the crazy part.
No. We
Never
all got
clashed.
along great. Like
Everybody.
all of my best friends, we are all in different income levels, different wealth status, but like that never said, it was never like, oh, we're not
Never.
going to hang out with you because you're poor. We're not going to hang out with you because you're black. It's like, are you cool? Are you an asshole? Nah, all right,
Exactly.
cool, let's rock it,
Exactly.
Did y'all like growing up? Did you guys like actually swim in Lake Spivey? Like, was that a thing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
100%. Yeah.
Well,
Okay.
you usually go out on the boat. You needed a friend with a boat. That was first things first.
Okay.
You needed a friend that had a boat.
Yeah. I mean, that's how it was. That's how it was in Peachtree City. It was the same thing.
Oh, Peachtree City's on another. That's on like another.
Well, that's a whole nother discussion there. But
although I will say one thing I learned about Peachtree City is they do have a trailer park, but they hide it behind a big ass shopping center, so you don't know about it unless
they put it behind
you're from
Publix.
there.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true. That's very true. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, man, Peachtree City. I enjoy Peachtree City too, man. We used to play Fayette County. No, Whitewater. Whitewater was in Peachtree City.
Whitewater.
We used to play. We used to play them in soccer. And that shit was super fun. You leaving? All right. Sorry, she's
Were
going
you
on
on the soccer team?
I was on the soccer team for sure.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Yeah, brother.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, brother. I was on the soccer team for sure, dude.
You think you still got it in you?
Dude, I play pickleball now, man. I don't even play soccer. Hey, bro. Listen, dude, if y'all have not jumped into the pickleball lane, bro, y'all need to do that shit today.
Okay, so that's what I wanted to talk to you about because my wife is on my neck about pickleball, constantly talking about how she wants to do it, and I don't even know where to start. What is the difference between pickleball and like how do you even play it? What's the scoring and everything?
All right, so pickleball is a mix between tennis and ping pong, but the scoring is not 20, 30, 40 and love. That's not how you do it. So you score 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all the way up to 11 in regular, and then in tournaments it's all the way up to 15. And it's mostly a double sport, but people do play it in singles. But yeah, dude, it's a little quicker. At the same time, you take your time playing, and also at the other same point, it's not as strenuous on the joints and shit like that. So us old people can play it, you know.
But that's what I was saying
it's a smaller court too, all right?
It's way smaller.
Videos of like people, your average pickleball player is in their like late 40s, early 50s and stuff, and I'm not trying to go out there getting my ass kicked by a retiree.
Hey, bro, don't get shit twisted. Them motherfuckers out there doing numbers, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
Man, them old ass people be beating the shit out my ass in pickleball, dog. Like, what? Beating the shit out my ass, dog. I'm trying to tell you. And listen, here's the thing, man. When you play with the older people, you think like, oh, man, I'm going to take it light on them. Fuck no, bro. You think you taking it light on them, they end up being like talking shit and all kinds. Bro, you be ready to fight one of them old ass people.
Yeah, absolutely. They're the worst.
Damn, that's
be
crazy.
Ready to fight. I almost got in a fight with one of them old motherfuckers one day, bro.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, bro. He was talking cash shit and kept calling my ball out. And I'm like, bro, the ball's not out. Don't call it out. Kept calling it out. I'm talking cash shit. And I'm like, all right, bro. So when we went to tap paddles at the end of the game, I was like, hey, bro, you called my balls out. I just want to let you know that. And he was like, no, I ain't call your balls out. I was like, you did though. He was like, and so what? I was like, nigga, you
Oh,
fucking cheated. I was pissed.
Damn.
Yeah,
Damn.
we almost got to fighting this 80-year-old man.
all right,
So
okay.
how is it
Well,
like? What's like court size? Like how is it like?
it's pretty
The
small from what I've been seeing.
Is
Yeah,
it
it's uh half of a tennis court and then smushed together. I mean, it's half of a tennis court and
okay?
then shrunken on the side.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's no double lines. It's only you only got a kitchen line, which is like the front of the court near the net. But other than that, it ain't. Yeah, bro, that shit is small. But it's fast paced though, man. It's fast paced. Actually, I had a tournament Saturday and my partner got hurt, which is fucking nuts. And this is how. Listen, bro, this is the funny shit. This is
Getting
how much.
aggressive pickleball.
Hey, bro, and this is how much motherfuckers don't get hurt in pickleball, nigga. They didn't even have a fucking a medic on site when he got hurt because nobody gets hurt in this sport, bro. So they didn't even have a
Wait, so
fucking
what was
medic.
the injury? What did he do?
He like tore his calf or some shit like that,
Oh
bro.
shit!
Yeah. I mean, he's doing
So
better
he
now.
straight up had to call the ambulance. Is that what happened?
No, bro, we wheeled this motherfucker out in one of those like office wheelchairs and fucking wheeled him out to the front of his car. Yep, fucking, he did. I had to forfeit the whole tournament though, man. I was pissed. I
But
wasn't
he's
mad.
good though. He's good though.
Yeah, man, he's good, but I lost. Like, fuck him. No, I'm playing.
So are you gonna get some Georgia follower pickleball jerseys made for you?
Well,
Start a Georgia follower tournament.
here's the thing, man. Me and my dad are working on some shit. I don't want to give it all the way too out, but yeah, me and my dad are working on some shit. My dad is the one that got me into pickleball. After I had like a bad breakup with my ex, and fucking my dad just like, hey, come out to the pickleball courts, and bro, I've been playing ever since, dog.
All right.
Ever since. I love that shit. I love that shit, bro. I can talk about pickleball for an hour straight.
All right. We might have to have your own little pickleball segment.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Pickleball
Does
news,
pickleball pay?
baby.
Like, does pickleball pay the bills if you're good?
Dog. So 2 years ago, I think the highest paying pickleball player was getting paid like maybe 40, 50, $60,000 to 100,000.
I can live
Now,
off that. I got to learn how to play.
hey, dog, now 500,000, the highest pickleball player.
What? You got to
Yeah.
be kidding me, bro. We're in the
500,000.
same industry.
I'm
trying to start a podcast. I need to learn how to play pickleball.
Hey, bro, this one girl, she's 17 years old, bro, making 1.7.
Jesus fucking
Playing
Christ.
pickleball.
Playing pickleball, dog. 1.7.
Down, dude.
1.7.
What?
Yeah,
Wow,
yeah,
okay.
bro.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
So
All right, well-
it's lucrative now.
Well,
Yeah.
moving on from pickleball, let's talk about how you started Georgia Followers, how that came to fruition. I know that Jeremy went to high school with us. Is that where
Yeah.
did the idea start back then?
Nah. So Jeremy actually was the one that started it. He was in DC rapping and he wanted to be a rapper. And so he started this page called DMV Followers. And so he was promoting his rap through DMV Followers and his rap wasn't taking off. And so he was like, and here's the thing, that motherfucker can spit. He's a good rapper.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah, real good rapper. So he ended up like transferring over like the knowledge that he had of like promoting himself to actually like promoting businesses and things like that nature and like making DMV Followers pretty big in the DMV. And then he left, came to Georgia, back to Georgia. We ran into each other at 21 when I was working at the aquatic center. Ran back into each other at the aquatic center. He was already doing GA Followers. I was already following GA Followers for a while, trying to jump on the train and shit, this, that, and the third. So GA Followers was going on for about 2 years before I actually hopped on board and started, rocking and doing shit. So after he started it, I jumped on board. Then we started doing interviews and videos and X, Y, Z, and a whole bunch of content. And now we here where we at now, man. We about to start doing a lot of big shit this year, bro.
Absolutely, man. And yeah. I love it for you. I'm so proud of you guys for getting where you are, man. You've recently become part of the Atlanta Hawks team, working for them. What's that been like?
Yeah, bro. We got when did we start working with them? In December, we started working with the Hawks. But here's the thing, man. This has been something that we've wanted to do with Atlanta sports in general. Like we've worked with the Falcons, kind of like side by side, but never like strictly with them. We work with the Braves kind of side by side, never strictly with them. So we've always had our hands in the sports like teams a little bit, but nobody's ever been like, hey, we're going to sign y'all for, a 10-game contract or whatever the case may be. And y'all just work for us for this season. And that's what the Hawks did. They put us in, my boy, Chris Thorpe, who's running their social media and all their like marketing was like, yo, we got to get y'all on board to do something. And so once they got us on board, bro, we started making content. They were like, yeah, we got to keep y'all. So It's definitely how many games have we had? This has been our third game will be next Tuesday, and our fourth game will be the following Wednesday. So
Yeah.
yeah, man.
Hell
So
yeah, man.
it's been a journey with that shit, bro. But here's the thing: we got 10 games, so man, we're able to really have a lot of creative control, but not like they still got a little bit of rain on us to where it's like,
Yeah, I can imagine they would, but I mean, 10 games,
I
10 opportunities, you know?
dude, 10 exactly. And so the goal is to take them 10 games, show the analytics from those 10 games, and go, hey, Braves, when y'all season start, this is what we did with the Hawks. Y'all got 175 games, god damn it.
Yeah.
Like put us on 60 of them bitches. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like we
Yeah.
can get some shit going. You know what I mean? So that right there alone, just having this and bringing the analytics over to the Braves and turning the analytics from the Braves over to the Falcons next season, it's all. And then after that, man, that's when the brands start coming in and they start grabbing you and going, "Hey, we want to attach, we want to attach this new Sprite fucking flavor onto this video. Can you do it?" So that's how shit. That's how shit is
I
happening
mean,
right
yeah,
now.
if it pays, it pays. I'm sorry. I'm at the point now
Hell,
where, $20 is $20. Let's go,
come on
baby.
now, come on, let's rock it. Let's rock it. Let's rock it, bro. Let's fucking rock it, dog. So that's what we have with the Hawks, man. And it's fun. I'm able to, real live, like get into my bag with some of this shit, like make it
Mhm.
funny, make it entertaining. At the same time, learning how to be corporate, Rondell, like being a corporate entertainer versus
Mhm.
just being, regular old, I could be on stage cussing and saying what the fuck I want to say. Now I gotta really censor myself and learn how to be like, all right, if I'm doing a video for the Hawks, I need to be presentable for everybody. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
no, it's fun though, bro. I love it.
Well,
Yeah.
speaking of being on stage, how's your comedy career been going? Let's talk about the roots of that, where it all started. When was your
Oh man,
first like actual standing on stage show?
standing on stage show. Shit. 2012. I got on
Okay.
stage I got on stage for the first time. Well, I mean, even further back than that, I was on stage in 2006 and 2005 in LA when I used to live in LA for 2 years. And my dad, I was like the youngest kid, like out in LA really doing stand up at the time. Well, it was a few other young ones, but they never really stuck with it. I was doing like the
Yeah.
Laugh Factory and Comedy Store, Ha Ha Cafe, all these spots. Came back home, fucking stopped doing stand up and focused on school, which fucking that wasn't anything. I didn't focus on school. I ain't gonna lie. I loved high school though, bro. Here's the
Yeah.
thing, dog. I
Yeah,
fucking loved
absolutely.
high school, dog. Loved it. Love absolutely. Everybody's like, oh man, you living in these high school dreams. Nah, I'm not. Fucking high school was lit. You know what I mean? That's the only chance you can get to finger a bitch in the back of a bus. Like, when the next time you gonna be able to do that shit? You know what I mean? Like, that shit was fucking fun, bro. So, like, did that. Came back home, started doing stand up 2012 at the Punchline. That was my first club I ever did.
Okay.
And then after doing that, bro, I was grinding for like 2, 3, 4, 5 years. And then I think my third year doing stand up is when I got my first like road gig. And then after that, I got on TV, got on Christian Knows Best. And then after that, bro, the fucking wheels get churning. But man, when that shit started to happen, bro, I don't think people fully understand. Like, dog, when you get into that life, that entertainment life, and you start getting variety and this, that, and the third, and you're not fully ready for it. I was ready for it, but I wasn't fully ready for it. Man, that shit will fucking kill you, dog. And so,
Yeah. I mean, how was that like after Chrisley and all that stuff? Like once
man,
people started noticing you and stuff like that.
it
Because
was.
on a real note, you and the one kid, you guys are genuine friends, right?
Oh yeah, that's my. I just talked to him last night. Yeah,
Okay,
that's my
yeah.
Nice.
dude. Yeah, that's my
Okay.
dude. So it's funny, man, because you don't think that like motherfuckers see you when you like doing shit. You don't think it, bro. Like
Yeah.
even when you're doing this podcast, like when you start posting, you ain't gonna think that motherfuckers ain't watching. You go because you're gonna see the views. You gonna be like, oh, motherfuckers ain't looking at that shit, dog. Hey, motherfuckers be watching, bro. Flat
Yeah.
out, dog.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers be
Yeah.
watching. I didn't realize how much people were watching me. First, I was the only. I mean, granted, I was the only black kid on the show, so that
Yeah,
kind of
you're pretty easy to see.
very easy to see. Very easy to see. So, after the show started coming out, I started, more episodes, bro. My head starting to get big, bro. You know what I mean? Like getting invited to certain things, doing a lot of certain shit, bro. Getting into the alcohols and the drugs and all this shit. Man, you just get wrapped up because now it's like, nigga, I can do anything I fucking want. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm booking shows back to back to back, like flying to Nashville to film, coming back home, doing a show, boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean? Like, bro, that shit caught up to me to where I'm like, oh my God. At one point, dog, I swear to God, at one point, dog, I laid down one night after going out, getting fucked up after a show, bro. Fucked up. Going to the comedy club, doing hella drugs, getting drunk and shit, all kind of shit. Got back to my house, laid down, and was like, hey, bro, who the fuck am I? You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
absolutely.
Like just literally just laid in bed, like, who the fuck am I? You know, granted, I'm awake as fuck, because obviously, you know what I mean? But I'm just like, yo, what the fuck is going on? So now my heart racing. I go in the mirror and I'm just crying, like, yo, you got to get it together, motherfucker. Like,
Mm-hmm.
this ain't you, dog. This ain't you. This is not
Yeah.
you. Like, you can't motherfucking do this shit, bro. You just can't do this. So I ended up real live having a mental breakdown, bro, and just being like, all right, dog, got myself together. And then after I got myself together, I hopped right back into the same shit. Now I'm
Yeah.
sober. Now I'm sober and clean. So
Yeah, and that's something I wanted to bring up. I didn't know if it was going to be too personal or not, but knowing you on a personal level, 30 years now, I've watched you, I've watched your career, I've kept in touch through social media, seen you in Jonesboro, this, that, and the other, and I've seen you in the past year or so transition into sober life. Is
yeah, man.
what exactly led to that, and how did you finally decide this is what I got to do?
Dog. So, like I said, I was just in the mix, in the streets, like fucking. After that breakup with my ex, man, I was with her for 10 years. So that shit kind of fucked me up a little bit, even though I wasn't being the best boyfriend ever, like very shitty boyfriend. But still, you with somebody for 10 years, regardless, like your mind gonna be fucked up. I don't care how bad of a person you were to that person. You're gonna be a
Yeah,
mess. And,
absolutely.
and so transitioning out of that, I'm thinking like, I don't give a fuck. That's what my mind is telling me. I don't give a fuck. But in actuality, I give a fuck, not knowing that I give a fuck. Started drinking heavily, even more heavily. And I've always been like an alcohol spirited type of person, just love drinking. But it just got way worse and started drinking. Last year, I did a show in Sacramento. All this is leading up to this point. I did a show in Sacramento, fucking get out to Sacramento. I'm out there for like 2, 3 weeks fucking doing shows back to back to back every night, getting fucking plastered with the comedians, going home blackout drunk, waking up not remembering the night. Just now, I did this for like weeks straight, and I get back to Atlanta. My parents picked me up from the airport, and I just told my dad, I'm just like, hey, dude, I am not okay. Just want to let y'all know. Just want to put that out there right now. Not okay. Just want to let y'all know. And so they were like, okay. And now I've had manic episodes before, but not this bad. So that night, I get home and I start drinking again just because I'm like, bro, I can't deal with this shit. Like, I'm not okay, but let me just keep drinking and fucking just like get over this shit. Woke up the next morning, bro. I didn't wake up. I woke up at like 9 o'clock in the morning, like hungover as shit, and was just absolutely undeniably depressed and just wanted to kill myself. And fucking went back to sleep. Didn't wake up till 5 that evening, bro. Went back to sleep. Didn't wake up at 5 that evening. That's how depressed I was, bro. I didn't wake up till 5. So I get up at 5, bro. I finally walk downstairs and I just look at my parents and I'm like, hey, I just want to let y'all know I'm not gonna. And my birthday was like right around the corner, and I'm like, hey, I just want to let y'all know I'm not gonna make it to my 34th birthday. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I'm just like, I'm not gonna make it. I'm just not making it. Just want to let you know I'm not gonna make it in my birthday. So now I'm yelling, and Joey knows my mom. Like, my mom's the sweetest lady. I would never cuss or talk to her or disrespect her in any kind of way. I'm like, man, I don't give a fuck about none of this shit, mom. Blah, blah, blah. Yelling and screaming, just literally saying, like, bro, I'm gonna end my life like today. I hate to break it to you.
Wow.
I'm not making it out today. Like, I'm gonna be gone. So my dad was like, man, shut the fuck up. Yanked me outside, took me outside, had a dad and son heart to heart talk. It kind of resonated with me a little bit. It kind of brought me back to my senses a little bit. But after the talk was over, and when I went back upstairs and like laid down for the night, I'm like, all right, I still don't want to be here. So I ended up taking some type of bullshit ass medicine. I think it was like some Tylenol.
Wow, Ronndell, man.
Yeah, bro. So I ended up taking like some Tylenol, some shit. And the reason I tell this testimony is because I mean, I believe in God very much. So I believe that, He's used me as a vessel to speak to other people that might be going through the same shit that I've already went through.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah, no
So,
doubt.
so I had took the medicine, bro, and was I guzzled this shit, like took a lot. And my body was so used to taking not melatonin, but taking NyQuil and shit, because I used to take it to go to sleep. Like when I used to be up all night doing drugs, I used to take NyQuil to fucking go to bed. So man, I guzzled this NyQuil, bro, and I'm like, hell yeah. When I don't wake up, this is about to be perfect. Man, I laid down, went to sleep, bro, and no less than like in my
3 hours.
bro, it felt like 5 minutes. I closed
Yeah.
my eyes, bro. Do. I hear banging on my door, bro. My dad wakes me up and like, get the fuck up. I'm taking you to we're going somewhere. And I didn't even know that they had called the crisis hotline that night for me. Like, didn't even realize that my parents were so freaked out. They had called the crisis hotline on me to ask, like, hey, my son's like thinking about committing suicide. Like, I need him to get somewhere like now. Like, there's no tomorrow. I need him to go somewhere like tonight. So they couldn't get anybody. They said the only thing they could do is take me in the morning. Man, get me up in the morning time, bro. I go and they take me to this like mental hospital. I didn't even know it was a mental hospital, to be totally honest with you. I felt like still out of it because I'm fucking coming off of NyQuil and binging alcohol and getting everything out of my system. So I'm totally in a manic like state at this point, bro. Like totally, I'm fucking hallucinating. I'm like, you motherfuckers out to kill me. Oh, all y'all out to kill me. Mom, you brought me here to kill me, thing. Bro, going crazy. So they get me in there. They don't put any restraints on me because I eventually calm down. I get on the phone with my aunt. She calms me down. I go in the back. They put all these take all my vitals and everything, tell me I'm about to get admitted. And then I get admitted. Then I'm in that bitch for like 5 days. And it was voluntary. So
you could have left at any moment.
Any moment. And I left literally 5 days into that bitch. They wanted me to stay for like 30. I left 5. But here's the thing though, dude. I don't know if y'all have ever been to one of these shits before, but these shits are nuts, bro.
Yeah.
Like
you get in there and you realize how crazy you're actually not.
Yes, bro. Yes, dude. So when I tell this joke on stage, I always tell people, I'm like, yo, man, it's so crazy because if you've never been to one, they don't treat you like an animal, but they don't treat you like a human. And I was like, when I first got in, they took my shoestrings out of my shoe because obviously they didn't want me trying to, kill myself with my shoe. Yeah. But then I was like, that's kind of dumb because if I really wanted to kill myself, bitch, I would just eat my shoe. Like, what the fuck? Like, like, you know what I'm saying? I've never in my life seen a nigga digest a Nike. You know what I mean?
No.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So if I really wanted to do it, just eat my fucking shoe.
Oh yeah, those Crocs are gonna go down easy too, bud. Just bit by bit.
So I say that joke on stage. I tell my entire testimony, and then I tell that at the end. But yeah, man, I spent 5 days in that bitch. Got out and went to the hospital. In the hospital, you gotta after you get discharged, you gotta go to the hospital and get your vitals taken again. Went to the hospital, and this is what really made me stop drinking. They get to the hospital. The doctor goes, "Hey, do you want to see past 45?" And I said, "What do you mean, bro? Past 45?" He was like, "Yo, son, I just want to let you know your liver is ungodly, like destroyed. Your kidneys are ungodly destroyed right now. Like kidney stones, and your liver is it's like abnormally fatty. Like, bro, you are killing yourself, homie. Your stomach, the lining of your stomach, because I was throwing up so much, the lining of your stomach is terrible." So he's telling me all this. Because in my mind, bro, I swear to God, in my mind, after I got out of the mental hospital, I thought I was gonna go straight home. My first thing was, as soon as I get home, I'm getting in my car and going to the liquor store. First thought.
Wow.
Got sober for 5 days. First thought was.
But I don't know. I feel like that's pretty normal though. Like,
yes,
I feel like it's a natural thought.
Yeah. I mean, yeah,
that's
that's usually exactly how it goes.
Yeah,
100,
exactly.
100%. And I got in the car, and the only thing in my mind was like, oh, okay, I'm sober. I feel good. But like, I still, like, it wasn't that I didn't want to be here anymore. I was just like super depressed still. And I was like, the only way I'm going to get undepressed is if I go drink. But dude, if you ever want to get undepressed, let a motherfucker tell you ain't going to make it to 45. I tell you what, dog.
So not even necessarily the hospital. It was the guy working on you that was the real wake up call.
Oh my gosh, bro! Like, I thought I wanted to die until somebody actually see. It was a difference when I wanted to do it. Like when I wanted to end my own life, different.
But then when this guy's like, "Hey, you're about to die, bro,"
and that's when I'm like, "Oh no, dog, hell no!" So yeah, bro, I made the decision that day and haven't drank anything anymore. I drink these now, man. I drink the Heineken 0.0.
Okay.
This is my beer. This is my beer of choice. I drink the Heineken 0.0.
Do those still have like good beer flavor? Like, are you tricking yourself?
Yeah.
Is it a placebo effect in a way?
So when I first stopped drinking, for the first like month, I would drink. No, for the first months, I didn't drink anything. I didn't want to be around alcohol. I didn't trust myself. Couldn't be around alcohol. Second month, I started like telling myself like, okay, you really don't want this shit. So I just like, it didn't faze me. Now the third month is when I started like dibbling and dabbling in the non-alcoholic drinks. And for the first few weeks, I was feeling drunk, which is crazy, bro. Like, which absolutely nuts. But I asked another sober person, I was like, yo, man, did you ever feel like drunk off of these non-alcoholics? He's like, oh man, you're in that stage. I was like, what
Yeah,
the
it's
fuck?
gonna play tricks on you.
I was like, what the fuck are you talking about that stage? He was like, yo, man, like you don't feel drunk for like a few weeks and then like it's gonna like that's gonna wear off. But yeah, man, you're in a stage right now where your mind is literally telling you the alcohol that you're tasting is real alcohol. So
Yeah.
it's tricking your body.
Because I mean, it still smells like beer, right? Because
Bro,
at the end of the day, it's beer.
smells just like beer. And the only thing that's different is they fucking they just distill it, like they just vape all the alcohol out.
Okay.
So he was breaking that down to me, and I was like, oh shit, man, like yeah. But now, dude, I just drink them for flavor, and just I mean, I do like beer still, so drinking for the flavor. I got like zero proof tequila, zero proof vodka to make mocktails with. Yeah, man. So I mean,
So how
it's
does that? How does a zero proof tequila work? Does it still have like the smell and stuff of tequila?
bro, it smells just like tequila.
Wow. Okay.
Smells just like tequila. It doesn't it gives you the bite of tequila, but it doesn't give you the like full flavor of tequila. But here's the thing: there's so many non-alcoholic shits. So I try to stray away from anything that's like point 0.5.
Hmm.
I just try to stray away from
Right.
that.
Yeah.
So
Because that's what I was
zero
gonna say. I knew that there were plenty of non-alcoholic. Like I think even O'Doul's has like 0.5%
point
alcohol in
0.5
it.
exactly. So they're not fully non-alcoholic because if you take, I mean, if you think about it, you drink a 6 pack of Old Duels, you technically drunk 3 beers. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Two of those beers, point 0.5 plus point 0.5 equals one. So that's
Hmm.
1%. You know what I mean? Like that's it's not a whole beer, but I mean you're still drinking a 1% of beer. You know
You're
what I
still
mean?
consuming alcohol.
Yeah, exactly at that
Yeah.
point. So
Yeah.
with Heineken 00, it is 0.03% alcohol. You know, so that's damn near almost non-detectable.
Yeah. You're gonna get full before you get drunk.
100%, bro. You'll have to drink like probably. I did the math. I think in order to like even feel a buzz off of Heineken 00s, bro, you have to drink like 200 something. You have to drink a lot
Oh
of
my
beer.
God.
Yeah, and
Damn.
I
So
would
you're
never.
saying it can be done?
It can be done. Me personally, I don't want to try it.
Well,
I'm
man,
good.
I'm so proud of you for that, and
Thanks,
and I
man.
just
Yeah.
I'm really
Congratulations, man.
glad you overcame that. And I also want to say it's so beautiful that you have the relationship you have with your parents that you can come to them and be transparent. And they're like, all right, you
100%.
know what, we're gonna fix this. You know,
Yeah, because a
so
lot of
that's
people
great.
in
You have that support.
yeah, man. A lot of people didn't get I know a lot of buddies in the comedy business that didn't get a chance to talk to nobody, and they, I got a lot of buddies that kill themselves in this business. So it's like,
I mean, we have
I
kids who we grew up with that didn't have a chance to get help. You know.
exactly. So it's like, it's a blessing, and it sucks. Also say, man, it sucks that I had to put my parents through that, but also I'm glad I put my parents through that because
Hmm.
that just gave me a even more a gratefulness for having parents that are in my life like that. You know what I mean? That gave a fuck about me. That were like,
Yeah.
hey, we definitely want to get you right. Like I don't want to bury you before you bury me, type
Right.
situation.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I'm very grateful for that. And like I said, dude, my testimony, like this year is the year to where I can actually, because I'll be a year sober June 1st. And
Nice. Hell yeah.
this year would be the year that I can actually, let God use me and talk through me to get to other people and be like, hey man, I got sober, but I never want to be known as the sober guy. Like, you know what
Right.
I mean? Like,
Yeah.
I don't want that stigma. Like,
Exactly. Like it's part of your story, but it's not you.
yeah,
Like
it's not
you're more
me.
than just sober Rondell. You're a
Yeah, dude.
comedian. You're a friend. You're not just the sober guy. You just happen to be sober.
I just so happen to be sober because I've had conversations with other sober people, and I always feel like they're trying to out sober me. And I'm just like, hey, bro,
Yeah. Yeah.
like fucking relax, dude. I'm not gay. Like, calm the fuck, relax, bro. Like, I'm not gonna fuck you because you're more sober than me, Holmes. Like,
Yeah.
Jesus Christ, like,
But
relax.
it's also a wild thing to think about because I mean I'm not a drinker myself. Like I've never really I had my time back in the day, but like it's also a crazy thing when you tell somebody like, hey, I don't drink. Or like, and I'm sure in your case, when you tell people that you've known for years and all this kind of stuff, like, hey, I don't drink anymore. And they look at you and they're just like, what's wrong with you? Are you
Yeah,
okay? Like, are you feeling okay? And it's like, no, actually, I feel better than I've felt my entire life.
exactly.
But for some strange reason, you're sitting here judging me because I'm not putting poison into myself.
Hey, hey, you know
Like,
what's fun? You know what's funny, dude, is that a lot of I have gotten a lot of support about being sober, bro. Like,
Hell yeah.
granted, a lot of people have seen me at my worst. Like, I'm an open book, so I always tell people, like, bro, I'm gonna let you keep it real with you. I was an alcoholic. I was, recovering alcoholic. I was a wild boy, bro. Like, fucking in the streets, living the street life, like real wild. So I'm so glad that I have the people like that don't do that. That don't be like, oh man, you're a pussy. What are you drinking this 0-0 pussy ass drink for? It's like,
Yeah.
nah, dog. I got people in my life that are like, hey, no, he don't get no shot for him. Like, no,
Yeah.
him,
Yeah.
that
That's
guy,
good.
no,
That's
no
good.
shot. You know what I
Hell
mean?
yeah.
That
Hell
guy,
yeah.
no, yeah, he don't like when I go out to dinner, like my girlfriend's like, hey, do y'all have anything non-alcoholic? No? All right, cool. You know what I mean? It's shit like
Yeah.
that I really appreciate because I
Yep.
don't think I would have been able to have the wherewithal to be like, no, I'll take a shot. And it's like, fuck. And then I'll be kicking myself in the head. And then I'll be, really like
Right back where you started.
Yeah.
right back where I started, dog. So
And I don't know how it is for everybody. I know that if it wasn't for my kids, I probably would have never gotten to where I am now because I had a very bad alcohol problem before. I'm not entirely sober now, but I have gotten to the point where I can go a pretty lengthy time without drinking. It's not My life used to revolve around getting home and having a beer at the end of the day. Now it's just like,
yeah,
well, I'm home. Now I got the kids to do. I got things to entertain myself with. But yeah, the support group is so much more important than people give it credit for, because when you're back on your own, it might not be like, okay, I had a shot today, I'm going to go right back to rock bottom. But it's like, okay, you trick yourself into thinking that you can responsibly drink, and then you're
exactly.
okay for a little bit, and then all of a sudden you're right back where you were because you let yourself hit that slope, you know?
And that's a great point you made, man. Because it's like I get me being in the comedy world and me being in the entertainment world, like it's so easy to get drunk, bro. It's so easy to drink. It's so easy to fucking go out and stay out at the comedy club 2, 3 in the morning and just hang out and drink. Like it's so easy, but I know that I try to even tell myself like, yo, you still haven't hit the point in your sobriety to where you can have one drink a week and be cool. You haven't hit that point yet. I haven't hit that point to where I can have one drink a week because I know if I drink now, I'm going to want to not drink every day anymore, or not even drink heavily. I'm going to want to have at least a beer a night or a
Right,
cocktail a night. I'm gonna get to
right.
that point, and then that one a night is going to turn into, all right, let me just have two at dinner.
Multiple.
Exactly. So I'm not
Yeah.
at that point, and I can honestly say that for myself. I'm not at that point. That's why I drink my 0-0s, and like when I do feel like I want to, get quote unquote fucked up, man, I drink 4 of these bad boys, and
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and feel and don't feel anything, but my mind, I just feel like, oh, okay, cool. I go to sleep and kick it.
Yeah.
I love it. I love this shit, bro. I tell everybody, man. I think we're getting in the stage too where a lot of people are getting sober. I've seen a bunch of
Yeah.
my friends get sober, or want to change their lifestyle, or want to, turn the page of like
But
sobriety.
we got to be transparent. It really is like we grew up in that generation, especially Jonesboro. Jonesboro went hard.
Oh,
We
very,
were all alcoholics by the age of 20.
very.
Like not
Oh,
even
bro.
21. We were all,
Before
yeah.
that,
That's what
bro.
I'm
Like
saying.
shit, I was
So
drinking
I
at
feel like
15.
that's what I'm saying. Like dude, I got all right. I didn't know if I was gonna put this. I got my first DUI when I was 15 years old. Like,
Jesus Christ.
we just went. I didn't even have a fucking license. You know what I'm saying? I didn't have a license, and I was drunk, and I got pulled over and got a DUI.
Drunk as
But
fuck.
that's what I'm saying. Like,
Wait, Ian, were you with him?
No, I've just me and Joey have been very close for a lot of years too, and it's a wild thing to me. Like we've never met before, like
Yeah,
before
yeah, yeah.
talking before this, but like it's yeah, I've known Joey for a while.
That's crazy. That's
Been with
crazy.
Joey through these things.
but yeah, I mean, just growing up on the South Side, it's like we didn't have much else to do because granted, Atlanta is only 15 minutes from us, but none of us had cars and none of us had
No,
jobs to afford to go to fucking Atlanta.
no.
So we would just, all of our friends that had mansions, we would just go there and get drunk as fuck. And that's what I'm
Get
saying. Like, it makes sense that our friends group is getting sober and growing up because all of our insides are probably rotten by now. You
oh
know what I'm saying? Like, we
100,
just went way
100%.
too hard on the South Side, but it was fun. I don't regret any of it.
I don't regret any of that shit, bro. Any of that shit. Everybody, it's funny because everybody always asks, like, yo, man, do you regret like doing the shit you did? No, I don't regret nothing. Don't regret a single thing I did. I regret how I treated certain people, but other than
It's
that,
funny. It's so funny you say that because every time somebody has asked me if I have any regrets, I always tell them the only thing I ever regret in life is the way I've treated people. That's the
yeah.
only regret I have.
I don't have anything else I regret. I don't regret getting drunk and coming home at 6 in the morning, and I don't regret none of that shit. I love it. If I got a chance to turn back the clock, I probably wouldn't do the exact same thing, but I definitely would do some type of image of it. You know what I mean? It wouldn't be the
Yeah,
exact same
absolutely.
thing, but it
No,
definitely
me,
would be some type
I
of
had a
it.
small group of friends, and we all referred to ourselves as the 5 a.m. crew because we would drink until 5 a.m. And if you fell asleep before 5 a.m., you were done. You were getting drawn on. You were getting fucked with. Like that was not allowed. You know?
Yeah, exactly. So it feels good to turn that leaf and actually be like, hey man, I can actually wake up in the morning and want to go do shit. I can actually wake up in the morning and pickleball definitely is a huge saver of my life because once I got sober, I didn't know what the fuck to do with my time. Like it was either do stand up, which I didn't have a love for really at that moment because I'm like, I don't give a fuck about telling no jokes, man. Fuck this shit. But now, like it's either pickleball, my girlfriend, or stand up comedy, or like doing GA follower shit. You know what I'm saying? So I really
Yeah,
am,
you
am,
do have a
am
lot of things to keep you busy, which
bro.
is
I'm
great
bro,
for you.
love
You
it,
know?
love it, and I'm in such in and another thing, man, is I'm in love with myself again, which a lot of people can't say, bro. A lot of
Yeah,
people can't
absolutely.
say I'm in love with myself again, bro.
Yeah,
Waking
and
up looking,
another.
waking up looking in the mirror, going, "Hey, you that motherfucker. You that
Yeah,
motherfucker, dog."
absolutely.
So
And another
yeah,
thing I
man.
can tell you from personal experience, man, waking up hungover is not fun when you have three kids in your house at all. Because it doesn't matter. They're gonna wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning in your ear, wanting cereal, wanting waffles, wanting to jump off the walls. And if you're hungover, your life is 10 times harder that day.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, dog. So I love that. Man, Joey, I want to give you your flowers too while I'm here, man, because yeah, we have known each other for 30 years. I have seen the growth in you as well, my friend. Like
I
just seeing
appreciate that.
where you have come and to who you are now as a family man and good dad, good husband. Like, bruh, I've seen that growth, dog. You know what I mean?
Should I bring my wife in here so you can tell her that?
Bruh, I have seen, like, you know what I mean? This is coming from, the dude that wanted to, if anybody got in his face, he was ready to pop it off. Like, it was no nothing. Like, he popping it. In elementary school, Joey was like beating kids up because they were messing with him, bruh. So it's like, this is coming from that to where you are now, man. I want to say, dog, I'm proud of you. I love you for where you are, man. And I hope
I
that shit
appreciate that, man. I love you too, brother.
just keeps going up further. And Ian, I don't know you that well, but dog, I'm pretty sure everything where you come from and where you at now is glorious too, brother.
It's getting there. It's getting there. In fact, this,
Yeah.
like I said, this is going to be the year. This is
Come
it right
on,
here.
baby. Come on,
Yeah.
baby.
Speaking of this year, do you got any? I don't know how much longer we got you for, but you got any special plans? Do you even bother with New Year's resolutions? Is that a thing Ronndell
Nah,
does?
not no,
Nah.
not no more. Not
Yeah, I
no
don't
more,
think any
man.
of us do that, man. I
Not
don't
no
even think
more,
it's a real
man.
thing.
I think I used to be like, oh man, this is my year, this is my year, this is my year. But I'm starting to come to realization that, every year is your year. It depends on, how you make it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think that anybody's year is not supposed to be their year. Like, I don't think nobody goes into the new year going, oh man, this is not gonna be my year. It's everybody's year. Now, what happens throughout the year determines on if it's still going to be your year. You know
Yeah.
what I
Yep.
mean?
Yeah.
Yep.
But
Yep.
if you fuck up in the first quarter, you can't say, "Oh man, this is not my year no more." No, man, you still got three more quarters
Got to
left
keep pushing.
to figure out if this is gonna be your year. A lot of people give up so fast in the first quarter. It's like, nigga, that's three. It's only 3 months in the first quarter. January, February,
Yeah.
March. Jesus
Yeah.
Christ, you gave up that quick? That's nuts. So I don't
Yeah.
have
You can't be
anything.
Marcus Mariota. You can't
Nah,
be Kirk
nah,
Cousins
nah.
out there. You know what
Exactly.
I'm
Just
saying?
fucking leave. So I don't believe in New Year's resolutions. I do believe that I'm just gonna pray about how I want my new year to look and how I want 2025 to look. And then after I finish praying, it's off to the races. And now we got to get the work in. So yeah, man, I got a lot of things that I want to do this year. One being, want to do a tour, do a comedy tour this year. Want to do book a few films, book a few TV shows, start a pickleball line, a clothing line with my dad. That was the thing that I was going to tell you earlier. Yeah, man, I got a lot of things that I want to do this year that
Good, man.
will all get done. I mark my words. If they don't all get done, they're gonna be all close to getting done.
Absolutely.
To where 2026, all I got to do is put a cherry on top of that bitch, and it's finished.
Hey,
Yeah.
Hell
So
yeah.
yeah, man.
All right, man. Well, I won't keep you any longer. I appreciate this so much, brother.
No, I appreciate y'all, man. Hey, wait, what's the name of y'all podcast?
Yeah, it's
just
called This,
that and
That,
the
and the
other.
Other.
Okay. This time
Soon to
of
be
year.
presented by Georgia followers, you know.
Hey, come on now, dog. Come on now.
Hey.
Come on. Hey, here's the thing, bro. We're looking for more avenues. So it's the podcast space as far as like certain people's podcasts following fall, falling up under the Georgia followers umbrella. So hey, bro, like
Absolutely, man.
this shit could be a thing, brother.
Well, hey, we got to you
We're
first.
going
You know?
up.
Come on now. This could be a thing, man. But no, I appreciate y'all, man. I appreciate you even, thinking about me to bring me on the show and
Oh yeah,
fucking
you were
rock
number one
out.
on my list. You were number one on my list. I
And
told
rock out.
we have a producer Tyler, and I told Ian, I was like, first things first, I'm getting Ronndell. He's going to be in our launch episode.
Let's get it. Let's get it. And I
Shout
hope,
out,
and I
shout out, shout out, Georgia followers again. Georgia followers.
exactly. And I hope that what I said resonates with somebody out there when you guys clip this, man. I hope it resonates with somebody and make somebody want to be like, hey, I need to get right. I need to get right. So
Absolutely, man. Well, I appreciate you, man. Have a good night, brother.
no, you too, man. Thank y'all so much.
Absolutely,
Thank you,
man.
man.
Take care.
Peace.
All right, man. That was an amazing interview with Ronndell. I honestly can't thank him enough. It was great sitting down with one of my lifelong friends and getting to know him just a little bit better. Make sure you follow him on all of his social media accounts. I know on Instagram, he's Who Is Ronndell, and that's Ronndell with 2 N's. You can also follow Georgia Followers at GA Followers Official on Instagram. And also, they have a food review platform, which is known as GA Swallowers. So that was a great episode, man. I hope that we continue to do this. 2025 is looking up so far. This has been a lot of fun. We're going to continue to do this, looking to be a weekly episodic. We're going to have some more friends join us, some more interviews along the way, going to have some segments in here, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So thank you guys so much for listening. Anything you want to add, Ian?
Thank you, everyone, again for listening to us and watching us tonight. Make sure you follow us on Instagram, YouTube, and X. That's TTATO Podcast ATL. That's TTATO Podcast ATL. Thank you again, and we'll see you next week.
All right, man, let's get out of here. Let's go play No Mercy on 64, bro.
Peace, y'all.
Peace.